Hey guys, Matt, Jug 2 driver, scale 4x4 RC. I wanted to show you this kit here that the guys from banggood.com sent us. You may have noticed them. They're a new vendor on the board, and one of their guys reached out to me and asked me if I'd be willing to take a look at one of their kits and give them a review and check it out. So I said sure, but know that I'll be honest about it and give my full and honest, straightforward opinion. And he said no problem. And so this showed up at my door a couple of weeks ago, and this is the Orlandoo Hunter cell phone sized rock crawler. Obviously this is made to look like a Ford F150 Raptor, but I got this and they sent this to me, just the kit, so I had to pick up the other parts that are going to go with it, and I'll go through those a little bit later. But first let's get into this and see exactly what we have. So, got the manual. One thing you want to note is that all the instructions here are in Chinese. I've thumbed through this. It looks like it's pretty straightforward either way, but just be aware that you're not going to, unless you can read Chinese, you're not going to be able to make out any of the instructions here. But the pictures seem pretty straightforward, but once we get into it, we'll have a better idea. So we've got the body here. And to give you an idea of the scale, here is a 1.9 axial Maxxis Trepador tire, and you can get an idea of the size. So they say it's a cell phone sized rock crawler. It's pretty close. Got your tires, foams. They feel pretty soft. I was kind of surprised. I was expecting them to be a little stiffer, but without opening the package right now, they feel soft. You've got some grease, a lot of small screws. Your chassis is a one-piece unit. The gearbox is going to be integral to this. Steering knuckles, drivetrain components, shocks. I mean, you can see just how small they are. It's very small stuff. Now, what's kind of nice is you're going to need a pin drill, and they provide that in here as well. You've got a couple of small drill bits because you're going to have to pre-drill some holes here and there, so you get a nice little pin vise to go with it. And they also provide you some small screwdrivers, so you're not hunting around for the smallest ones you've got. They provide those. And then you get a wheel nut driver. So everything you need to build it is here. Your hardware, your tools. The only thing you don't get with this kit is any of the electronics. No motor, nothing. So what I did was I went to their website and pulled up all the individual parts that are going to be needed. So I had to get the motor. I had to get the speed control unit. I also picked up their micro servo, and I think it's really small. It's hard to see it, but and I also picked up these servo leads, because the servo connector on the speed control is not a standard Futaba type plug, so you need a connector for that. And then I picked up their battery, which is just a small LiPo battery. So that was what I had to pick up to get this to a point where I could put it together. Now obviously I'm going to put my own radio in there, but they would sell that as well. So not going to do a build video on this, but what I will do is, as I build it, I'll make note of any issues or anything that I think is worth noting to you when you get around to trying to build this, if you decide this is a kit you want to do. And then I'll put together my opinion on exactly what I think of this kit, how it went together, whether it's, whether I think it's any good or not, and then we'll see how it actually runs. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I wasn't exactly sure when they sent it to me. I wasn't real sure about my opinion of it, because I honestly wasn't that excited about it. But having got it here, having seen it, I'm honestly getting excited about it. I think it'll be a fairly fast build, as long as I don't lose any of these really tiny parts. So with that said, I'm going to get started on building it, and we will see how it goes.